the Bluetooth.
Good morning. My name is Karen Fitzgerald, and I'm going to be leading our songs this morning. We're going to be starting with Enter, Rejoice, and Come In, right up there on your screen. Should we stand up? Oh, yes, please stand.
I invite you now to turn and greet the people sitting near you and thank them for being here today. Good morning. That was so much fun. I picked this hymn. Oh, I forgot to tell you who I am. I'm Stephanie Rains. I'm the celebrant this morning. My pronouns are she, her, and Marcia, Reverend Marcia Volkamer is our worship leader this morning, and our theme and guiding question is, what kind of ancestor do you want to be? I picked the hymn, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In, after Sonny and Tom's service last Sunday. That was about hope and inspiration, and I know it's a very cheery hymn, and there are many reasons to not feel very cheery. I don't want to ignore the painful realities of our world. However, singing, especially lively music like we started on today, is something that lifts our spirits. And that's one of the reasons I come to church. I'm so glad so many of you came today. Marcia and I hope you are here today to feel lifted as well as part of something bigger and kinder than what the news offers us. As a child, when my family took Sunday drives, we always sang in the car. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. Oh dear, how much I love you. You don't take my sunshine away. Now, as a grandmother, that song has precious, special meaning. And it is engraved on my parents' graves, the words to that song. I'm not a strong singer, but I was just very brave right then, and you helped me all. Thank you very much. And I'm hoping as we sing today that you will be brave and join in. You don't have to sing well to join other voices. And the feeling we have when we're singing together is kind of indescribable and magic. I think it's kind of a spiritual practice. So what better place to practice together? Thanks, Karen, for helping to lift every voice and sing here today. Karen Fitzgerald is going to be our song leader. And I hope we do more community singing here. I have tried to lead a little bit in some of the protest marches because I'd rather be singing than shouting. Okay, I'm a little off script. I'm supposed to mention the announcements. And they're well explained in your order of service, but it is important to note the date. The Community Forum on Immigration Issues in Whatcom County, organized by our very own David Curley, is this Thursday here at Buff in the social hall from 7 to 8:30. Next Sunday, there is a de-escalation training workshop here in the social hall from 1 to 2:30. Somehow it didn't get in the order of service, but the Taizé service is tomorrow, and if you've never been, it's kind of a continuation of some of the singing we'll be doing here today, and it's a chance to meditate, sing, and honor our grief, loss, and joys. So it's here every first Monday at 7 p.m. It's also available on Zoom. As Ian plays our prelude this morning, I invite you to settle in, take deep breaths, do whatever you need to do to help you be present here today, and perhaps begin to reflect on the legacy you've been given by your ancestors and the legacy you want to leave for future generations. Thank you, Ian. Lighting the chalice is an important part of our Unitarian tradition. And this morning we're doing a reading together. We are not alone.
We are this flame, ancient as the stars, new as the vulnerable spark.
We are this chalice, rimmed by the spiral dance of searching.
We are the light soaring, the shadow deepening, the dance between them.
We are the heirs of the tribes and their fires, the healers and their circles.
We are here for ourselves.
We are here for each other and for future generations.
We are not
Alone. And would you join us in reciting our covenant? It's printed in your order of service. Now I've just totally blanked on it, but it's right here. This is an interesting process. Aging. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service gives it life. Celebrating our diversity and joined by a quest for truth, we work for peace and honor all creation. This is our covenant.
How do you turn this on? Stephanie, do you know how to do this? It's on, it's just too short. Can I also say this is a result of aging? Stephanie, can I co-opt your line? Oh, I think we'll be okay. Yes? Good morning. My name is Vanessa Lott, and I'm
A little louder.
a little. May you all feel a bit more graceful today as you watch me struggle with the microphone. Good morning. I am Vanessa Lott, she, her, mom of Sahali and DeArrow, and I have a little story today about Sophie Squash. If you have heard Sophie Squash before, can you touch your nose? Do you know this story? I know a couple of people. I see some other of the young at heart, too. One bright fall day, Sophie chose a squash at the farmer's market. Her parents planned to serve it for supper, but Sophie had other ideas. It was just right. It was just the right size to hold in her arms, just the right size to bounce on her knee, and just the right size to love. "I'm glad we met," Sophie whispered. "Good friends are hard to find." At home, Sophie used markers to make her squash a face. Then she wrapped it in a blanket and rocked it to sleep. When it was time to make supper, Sophie's mother looked at the squash. She looked at Sophie. "I'll call her Bernice," Sophie said. I'll call for pizza," said her mother. After that, Bernice went everywhere with Sophie, to story time at the library, to visit other squash at the farmer's market, to practice somersaults in the garden. Every night, Sophie gave Bernice a bottle, a hug, and a kiss. Well, we did hope she'd love vegetables, Sophie's mother told her father. Shh, Sophie said. Bernice is sleeping. Sweet pea, Sophie's mother said one morning as they made blueberry waffles. Bernice is a squash, not a friend. If we do not eat her soon, she'll get mushy and gross. Let's bake her with marshmallows. Won't that taste yummy? Don't listen, Bernice, Sophie cried. That afternoon, Sophie's father took her shopping. Sugar beet, he said. Bernice is a squash. Why don't you pick a nice toy to play with instead? But trucks were too hard, and the dolls were too soft. Sophie clutched Bernice tightly. No thanks, she said. I have everything I need. After supper, Sophie's parents called a family meeting. Bernice napped on Sophie's lap. Why don't we donate Bernice to the food pantry before she rots, her father suggested. Sophie shook her head. Bernice will last forever. Bernice seems a little blotchy, said Sophie's dad on the way to the library one day. She looks perfect to me, Sophie replied. At story time, some kids pointed and stared. What's that spotty thing? A boy asked. Her name is Bernice, and she's a squash, Sophie said, with freckles. Maybe Bernice should stay home next time, Sophie's mom suggested. Why? Sophie asked. She wasn't the one being rude. Still, as winter neared, Sophie noticed changes. Bernice seemed softer, and her somersaults lacked their usual style. Visiting friends will cheer you up, Sophie said. At the farmer's market, squash were everywhere. Firm, shiny squash. What keeps a squash healthy? Sophie asked the farmer. Well, it's simple, really, he said. Fresh air, good, clean dirt, and a little love. Well, Sophie thought, I have all of that. At home, Sophie cleared leaves from Bernice's favorite spot. She made a bed of soft soil, tucked Bernice in, and kissed her goodnight. Get better soon, she whispered. That night, while Sophie slept, the wind whistled and tiny snowflakes fell. When she awoke, the world was covered in white. Do you think Bernice is cold out there? Sophie asked her mother. Oh, I'm sure she's warm and cozy under her snow blanket, her mother replied. Sophie gazed out the window all morning. She was still there in the afternoon when her father came home with a surprise. You need a new friend, he said. Meet Ace. Ace was nice, but boring. He just swam around and around in his bowl. But during the long winter, Sophie discovered that Ace was a superb silent reader who did fabulous flip turns, and he also listened politely while she talked about Bernice. Bernice was great at keeping secrets. When the snow finally melted, Sophie rushed to the garden, and the only thing there was a small green sprout. It looked strangely familiar. Bernice, Sophie said, how was your winter? After that, Sophie, Ace, and Bernice ate lunch together every day. And one bright summer morning, Sophie somersaulted across her yard and landed by the garden and stared in disbelief. Bernice had grown 2 tiny squash. Wow, Sophie told them, you look just like your mom. Soon, Bonnie and Baxter were just the right size for Sophie to hold in her arms and bounce on her knees. Just the right size to love. All right, will you join us as we sing the kiddos upstairs?
As part of this service on Ancestors, we wish to acknowledge the continuing legacy of the Coast Salish peoples who have stewarded these lands, rivers, and oceans since time immemorial. We owe them our gratitude. And next, I have a reading from Joanna Macy. Joanna Macy is one of our ancestors who died this past year. She worked tirelessly throughout her long life on behalf of humans living in right relationship with the earth. So as I read this, it might invite some memories of ancestors of yours. The three beings. We call first on the beings of the past. Be with us now, all you who have gone before. You, our ancestors and teachers, who walked and loved and faithfully tended this earth. Be present to us now so that we may carry on the legacy you bequeathed us. Aloud and silently in our hearts, we say your names and see your faces. We call also on the beings of the present, all you with whom we live and work on this endangered planet. All you with whom we share this brink of time, be with us now. Fellow humans and brothers and sisters of other species, help us open to our collective will and wisdom. Aloud and silently we say your names and picture your faces. Lastly, we call on the beings of the future. All you who will come after us on this earth, be with us now. All you who are waiting to be born in the ages to come, it is for your sakes, too, that we work to heal our world. We cannot picture your faces or say your names. You have none yet. But we feel the reality of your claim on life. It helps us to be faithful in the task that must be done so that there will be for you, as there was for our ancestors, blue sky, fruitful land, clear waters. That's a piece from her book, World as Lover, World as Self, which I highly recommend. And now we have our message from Reverend Marshall Kalmer. Oh, we have a song first.
We do.
Yes, we do. So sorry. There we go again. I'm so glad you're on top of it, Karen.
Yes, we are going to sing hymn number 1011 in your teal hymnal. So please rise in body and spirit as we sing Return Again. Tom's going to come up and help me because we're going to do this first one time through in unison and then one time through as a round. So note that there are two parts to this song. Part one, we sing part one twice, and then we sing part two twice. And then when we go into the second time through as a round, Tom's side of the room over here will continue with part one twice and then part two twice. I'll lead this group over here, and we will reverse that and sing part two twice and then part one twice.
Oh, just got too many numbers.
All right, I am going to, too many numbers, 1 and 2. Okay. Oh, and one more thing. This is a song we sing quite frequently in the Taizé services. So if this gives you a good feeling, you might want to consider coming on Monday evening.
Good morning. Thank you. Try that again. Good morning. Thanks. I am indeed the Reverend Marcia Volkamer, formerly of the Episcopal Church. Incredibly, incredibly grateful to have been here with you for almost a year now. That there will be for you as there was for our ancestors, blue sky, fruitful land, clear waters. Sometimes thoughts come to us that are so random, we don't know what to do with them. More as we get older, I think, but I'm not real sure about that. It's been a real grandma morning here, so. But sometimes they can be braided together or woven into a tapestry. Such were the thoughts that led me to think about our ancestors, about what kind of ancestors we want to be. This thought process began on a day when I was deeply missing my mother, who's been dead for over 20 years. I've moved way past the teachings of my childhood, which told me that someday we would be reunited in some vague place called heaven. I have so many memories, but they can be cold comfort at those times when loss feels still profound. As I realized that I remember her because I knew her in life, I began to wonder who would remember me. That sounds a little arrogant, I know, but without remembrance of some sort, what even are we doing here? Most of us won't have our name on a building or on the cover of a book or be a footnote in history, and that's just fine. So how are we to leave our mark on the world? About this time in the middle of my muddle, I read the expression, "Our ancestors are always with us." It was the word always that struck me. It's comforting and empowering and then challenging to come to understand that not only those we hold dearest in our hearts, our parents, grandparents, spouses, siblings, children, friends, are always with us, but that we too will live on in ways large and small, known and unknown in others. And that's when the question, what kind of ancestor do I want to be, started poking at me. Because as we all know, as soon as one set of questions or doubts or fears are answered, another comes along to take its place. And so this morning, in this place where we come to be in community and to ponder how music and art, creativity and work, tradition and innovation, peace and justice, forgiveness and reconciliation help us become our better angels, I invite you to think for a little bit of time about what kind of ancestor you want to be. The world we are living in right now, the country we are living in, feels hostile and fragile and profoundly disappointing. For all the bad news that mounts on a daily basis, we also see the good news of the people who are fighting back, doing the good and often dangerous work to save us all. And the clarion call to all of us is do something, and it never ceases. This is, of course, as it should be. But since unless we all care, and unless we all do, we may well lose all that we believed made us a nation of goodwill and grace. There are all manner of wonderful efforts grounded here at Buff, addressing and working toward the greater good in our church, our neighborhood, our community, and beyond. But this morning, I'd like to change the focus just a little bit, or maybe a lot, and suggest that instead of responding to all the needs and pressures from without, we remember to focus instead on the needs we all have within ourselves, the answers to the question, what kind of ancestor do I want to be? What kind of person do I want to be? And how do I manifest that person in the world, whether it be the world of my family, the world of my acquaintance, the world we call nature, the world of humanity. I'd like to think that we could all make quite a list of very positive qualities, habits, and attributes when it comes to the kind of person we would each like to be. Given the pressures of our current lives, be they centered on child rearing, staying above water financially, dealing with health challenges, facing aging and death, to say nothing of interacting with a multitude of others in these situations, in reality, it is impossible not to grow impatient, frustrated, and sometimes downright angry. I'm cutting us all a little deserved slack here. But impatience, frustration, and anger aren't what we want to leave in the world. What most of us would like to be and to leave behind is caring, loving, joyous, forgiving, encouraging, grace-filled, humble, helpful people. Those parts of us that shine within can shine outward in the world around us in a myriad of ways. Stephanie mentioned singing. It doesn't matter how well you sing, just sing. My mother had a very mediocre singing voice, according to her and according to most people who heard her. But she sang beautiful lullabies to my children, often with words she made up as she went along. And it was always an act of love shared, love passed on, love remembered. Too often we think we have to be very skilled and adept at something, some art, some work, before we share it with others. But you needn't be a chef to make a batch of cookies alone or with a child or grandchild or neighbor, and put some on a plate to share with someone who would be cheered by a fresh chocolate chip cookie. Walking in the woods with someone else, old or young, and talking about the great and small gifts of nature that surround us is the blessing of connection to one another and to the world. Connection to the person at your side, and connection to all that lives and breathes among the trees. And please, don't forget the rocks, because they are marvelous creations with an amazing longevity and history as well. Read. Read aloud with someone or to someone. If we want to keep a world where knowledge and words written by real people for real people continue to exist, we must honor the writers by sharing their works. Read to yourself, to the young, and to the old, and to anyone in between. Plant growing things and tend them, and share the miracle with someone else, whether it is the process of planting and tending or the bounty of your companionship with the soil and the rain and the sunshine. Start to live your commitment to clean water and clean air in small ways that grow into larger ones. Get to know your neighbors, even the annoying ones. They may be living lives of loneliness and appreciate your friendship, or they may be living full lives that still have space for you. All of these things can lead to bigger things. Gardening to community gardening, reading to being part of a literacy program, cooking to feeding programs, and on and on. But give yourself permission, especially on the days when demands seem so great and time so pressed, to dwell in the small things. We will never know the impact we can have on others, whether they may be human others, or four-legged others, or rooted others, or winged others, or others that swim in the sea. Maybe that is a good thing, because if we only do for others in order to build our recognition portfolio, it misses the point of being an ancestor. A lot of what I had to say today stems from a memory I had in the middle of my muddle about my nephew Jake, who is now approaching 40, with children of his own. But when he was about 4 years old, we were at a family reunion sitting around my brother's living room, and Jake came from the back of the house with his hands like this. And he walked through all the grown-ups, and his dad said, "Jakey, what are you doing?" He said, "I need you to open the front door, Dad." So his dad said again, "Jakey, what are you doing?" He said, "I have a bug, I need to put it outside." And his dad said, "Okay, why. And he said, well, Aunt Marcia told us that bugs don't really like to live in the house. They'd rather be outside. They're happier out there. So if we find one, we should take it back to where it's happy. I didn't remember ever saying that. God bless him. He gave me a lot of credit, I guess. But it's the little things that we do that we don't realize have an impact on other people that make us this great, wonderful group that we are. Like I said, this isn't just about us personally. It's about all those who have come before us with their gifts to us, and all those to whom we pass those gifts. If we live simply, if our connections are with the natural world and all its inhabitants, and not with things and stuff, if we put love and kindness first, and if we can remember that we live not only for ourselves, but for all who will come after us, in honor of all who came before, there's every reason to believe that we will have been the best possible stewards of the flame. The native leader Sitting Bull said, "Let us put our minds and our hearts together to see what kind of future we can make for our children. Then we will be great ancestors." Thank you.
Where did John Stewart go? Oh, there you are. We have a guest presenter for the offertory and some words that connect to our topic today.
Thank you. My name's John Stewart. Is that?
As loud as it should be.
Most people don't want me to be louder, so. Anyway, my pronouns are he and him. Legacy is the topic of this morning's service. And for a really cheesy segue, leaving a legacy is a cool idea too. So we have an important event coming up in 2 weeks. The Buff Endowment Committee is hosting a half-day workshop on how to leave a legacy. It will include discussions of our endowment fund and how it works, leaving a legacy to Buff, how to leave a gift as part of your estate plan, Medicare and other health insurance options for retirement, exciting, support for wellness as you age into and through retirement, as well as the importance of end-of-life planning and discussions with your loved ones, and how to use the word corpus in polite conversation. Whether your time horizon is measured in a half year or a half century, there's something here for you. There will be time for questions, materials will be available for all the topics, and there will be refreshments. There's a brochure which I hope you received as you came into the sanctuary this morning. There's also information in the order of service. It'll tell you how to sign up. Now, time horizons are important, so here's a little shorter one. We all keep this place going with our generous donations, and as you can imagine, this is an interesting year. As the ushers pass collection baskets, I hope you'll feel able to dig deep. Thank you.
here's another opportunity to have a lot of involvement in this singing process that is fun for all of us if we all get into it. So here we go.
Here we go again. Tom's going to help me out again because please stand as in body and spirit. We are singing hymn number 368, Now Let Us Sing. This is also a two-part song, but this time it's a bass part and a treble part. So Tom's going to help me out with the bass part. Let's have that A flat. Let us sing, 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 sing. Now let us sing, 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 sing. Lift up your voice, be not afraid. Now let us sing to the door of the faith within. Okay, that was the bass part. Here's the treble part. Now let us sing to the door within. Now let us sing to the lift up your voice, be not afraid. Sing to the power of the faith within. Okay, that's the treble part, and it's. I messed up the words, of course, that's crazy aging brain, but it is sing to the power, not now let us sing. He gets now, this side gets now let us sing, and we get sing to the power. So let's start it all over. This time, everybody together.
Now let us
Sing to the power.
sing. Now let us
Well, we're ending early, which means you have plenty of time to go downstairs, have some coffee, talk to somebody that you've never talked to before, okay? Look around the room for people who don't have anyone to talk to and talk to them. I hope I've given you something to think about this morning, something to do, an intentional way of being in the world so that we can be great ancestors. And I have one more thing to ask of you. This week begins a time of even greater uncertainty for so many among us, a time when the reality of food uncertainty due to lack of food benefits, coupled with the uncertain future of health care as insurance costs skyrocket. Please, please think about what you can do to help. Donating to the food bank is important, and so is checking on your neighbors and friends, providing a meal, buying a week's groceries, even sharing your leftovers can give a family or an elderly person some relief. And if you are facing these fears, please, please reach out so that all those who would stand beside you might know of your need. We all need something sometime, and we all will be there for those whose time is now. As we extinguish our flaming chalice, let us do so in thanks for those who have gone before, for those who are to come, and to all of us here and now who live in the hope of making certain we hold up all those who need us. And now it's time to circle round.
Nothing is